It's the NBA on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you all the action. Now a chance to check out our starting lineups. It'll be the Wizards off the tip. And here's Arenas. Back to Wall. Left side, Wall. Pass to Arenas. Back to Wall. Here's Arenas. 5 to shoot. Butler with the ball. From the line. Shots good from Butler.
It is so hard to contain. He just seems to get it done however he has to do it.
Now let's send it down to Doris Burke, who is able to talk with Stan Van Gundy. Thomas with the ball.
Terrific job that time defending at the rim. I mean, it's not an easy task stopping that fella when he's headed to the bucket like that. Good job.
Back to Wall. Pass to Butler. Lets it go with the three. And that one's good. 5 points in the game.
I'm not sure that was the play they had set up, but it was too good a look to pass it.
Outside Thomas. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Wall with it. There's a good screen. Can't hit the step-back jump shot. Outside Thomas. About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
He's one of the best in the league at that. Even with just a tiny sliver, he always seems to find a way to get it up and in.
Free throw good, Thomas. And the Wizards with possession. Outside, Wall. And that one's good.
And the offense, I mean, 3 of 4, a solid start for this game.
Now Thomas. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Now, here's Dumars. Lenine. From down in the low post, it goes.
The easiest way to do it sometimes is with the bounce pass.
Here's Arenas. And here's Wall. Blocked. The kick outside to Butler. Pass to Arenas. Back to Butler. And the Wizards hit again from deep.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. Here's Thomas. Lenine. Again, the Pistons score. The Wizards with the lead. All with it. Latrey. Second shot opportunity. And it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they'll count the bucket.
He didn't get to that one quite in time, Kevin. Those can be tough to gauge sometimes.
And so it's Detroit with the ball. Now Dumars. Pass to Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. And it's good. The time running down on the shot clock. He's got 5.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, right side Wall. Arenas. Unset. Pass to Dumars. Back to Thomas. Offside Thomas. Offside Thomas. He drains it as the shot clock ticks down. All with it. The kick outside to Butler. A three-pointer, no good. The Pistons trail it. Pass to Thomas. Here's the screen. Right side, Thomas. That gives them the lead. 9 points in the game so far. And the Wizards with possession. Now here's Arenas. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Here's Wall. Pass to Arenas. Shot clock at 5. Going to end the drought. And it's off the back rim, no good.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Now, here's Thomas. And here's Wallace. It's stolen by Wall. Right side, Wall. Pass to Arenas. Unset. Butler. But they'll recover it. All with it. And that one's drained from the low block.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
Thomas, 9 points in the game so far. To the inside. Wallace inside. Good on the shot.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Now Arenas looking for his first basket still in this one. Outside, Wall. Back to Arenas. Left side, Wall. The good-looking shot from the wing. Here's Thomas. Pass to Wallace. Outside, Hill. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Washington trailing. Now here's Arenas. Back to Butler. Fires for 3. And that one's good. 11 points in the game.
They're in the position they're in right now, thanks in no small part to the show that he's putting on in this period.
Now, here's Duke. Outside Thomas. Grant Hill on the wing. 6 to shoot. Right side Hill. It's rebounded by Hayes.
Most of the time, that shot will go down. Boy, the defenders have to make sure they tag him.
Arenas with it. Outside Arenas. Outside Wall. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. This is his first free throw of the game. And he makes the first. And a different look here for the Pistons. And so Wall nails both of them. Here's Billups. Back to the Busher. Outside Billups. And it's off from three-point range. The Wizards with the lead. Pass to Weber. Back to Monroe. The kick out to Wall. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The shot will not go. Back to Monroe. Now Wall. Outside Wall. Second chance shot. Drained for 2 points. He's got 10. And here comes Billups. Here's Stackhouse. Back to Billups. Sinks it from just inside the baseline. So it's Washington now. They lead by 4. Outside, Wall. Pass to Monroe. Shot clock at 6. Wall. Chenier. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off the shot. 24-second violation. Wizards making a switch here. Detroit with the ball. Here's Billups. Pass to Hamilton. Now here's Griffin. Weber pulls it in.
Rebounding is going to be the focal point for them in this one, fellas. I can feel it.
And here is Beal. For the 3. Good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They got to get more intense.
Billups up top. Outside, Billups. Hamilton. Pass to Griffin. He's against Weber. The fadeaway. And that one comes up a bit short. And here are the Wizards now. 7-point differential. Monroe. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Back to Billups. Clock at 6. Back to Hamilton. Pass to Billups. From deep. From beyond the arc, and then some. He has 5.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically, no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
Chenier. And here's Weber. Again, the Wizards score.
So far, so good for them at the offensive end here in the early going.
And Detroit has possession. Trailing here by 8. Billups with the ball. He has 5. Here's Stackhouse. And another 3 for Detroit. Here's Monroe. And he uses the glass on the layup.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Now here's Billups. Again, the Pistons good for 2. And they're scoring pretty well as we conclude the first quarter. It's the Wizards. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And when you consider how the Wizards are doing, guys, your thoughts? Pass to Griffin. Rodman with the ball. Here's Stackhouse. Here's Billups. That 3 off the mark.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
Beal can't get it to go.
If they could end every possession with that shot, they'd be happy. 9 times out of 10, that's an easy layup for him.
And the shot is good.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
Now, here is Monroe. Here's King. Makes the lead pass. Weber in the post. Weber gets the bucket. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Bing. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
And something else he does is he's great off the dribble. He can take it to the rack or pull up. So as a defender, you don't know how to play him.
And the Wizards making a change here. He's off on the second. Pass to Monroe. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. Hughes. Griffin with the steal. And here's the break. A big dunk at the end of the break. And here are the Wizards now. it 4. Chenier. And the Wizards hit again from deep. Now Billups. He's got 7. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. He's got 10.
Guys, he shot a very good percentage today, and they've needed it.
Now, here is Monroe. And the layup falls.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on him.
Now a timeout called by Detroit. The Pistons making a change here. Quarter number 2, around 3 minutes gone by. And here's Dumars. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. It's off his leg. And the ref's whistling a kick ball. Here's Rodman. Bing. Just 5 to shoot. And that one's good by Rodman.
You know, that's a case there, Kevin, of him making a pass to a spot, and then he let his teammate run right into it. Well executed.
Now here's Arenas. He's in the post. Misses in close. The Pistons trailing. And almost 4 minutes gone here in the second quarter of play. Dumars with it. Bing. And good on the basket. Book it. Here's Arenas. Here's King. Back to Arenas. King. It's blocked. Pass to Wallace. And down it goes, jamming that one home. And so it's Washington with it. They trail by 1. Now Arenas. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. Unset. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over.
Outside Hill. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Now here's Hayes. Now here's Hayes. Rodman on him. Here's King. 6 to shoot. Fires from the wing. Again, the Wizards good for 2. Bing. Pass to Wallace. Hayes with the steal. Here's King. Now here's Arenas. Left side Arenas. Off his leg. And they're saying he kicked the ball. And the Pistons making a change here. Unset. Lays it up and banks it in. He has 6.
Good look. He'll make that one most of the time.
And here's Dumars. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. In the air, he lays it in.
Beautiful double clutch. Great job to get the shot past the defender.
Here's Washington now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Arenas with it. Banked in off the glass. Here's Thomas. It's a 3-point game. can't get it to go. Hughes. Pass to Arenas. Shot clock at 6. Rebound by the Pistons. Here's Thomas. He's got 9. Now Dumars. Lanier. Rebound by Caron Butler.
You can see how much the defense respects him. I mean, they were all over him on that look.
Pass to Arenas. Outside Butler. Hughes. And Washington again with the bucket. And so it's Detroit with the ball. It's a 5-point game. Outside Thomas. Back to Wallace. Wallace right side. Tries from 10. And he knocks down the jumper. He has 6.
That time the defenders were a little lazy getting to him.
Washington calls timeout. Wizards making a switch here. Outside Arenas. And here's Hayes. Pass the buck. Here's Hayes. 5 on the clock. Now here's Hayes. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. And Detroit has possession. Trailing by 5. Outside Thomas. Smooth as silk on the finger roll. He's got 11.
Give an assist there, not for the pass, but for the solid screen set on the inside that freed him up and made the layup possible.
Now here's Wall. Puts it up. And here's Wall. He's got 10. That one rolling around and rims out. The kick out to Dumars. Had the space there, but it's offline. Outside Arenas. Unset. It's hauled in by Dumars.
Boy, there was no hand in his face right there. I thought for sure he was going to knock that down.
Lanier. 4 on the clock. Right at the free throw line. Here's Butler. Battles through traffic and lays it in. 13 points in the game. The Pistons trailing. Thomas with the ball. He's got 11. Stolen away. Pass to Wall. The lead pass was put in just the right spot.
He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Now Dumars. That's blocked. Now here's Wall. Oh, a nice defensive play to disrupt the alley-oop. Outside Hill.
Boy, that's his second foul, and he does not want to pick up number 3 here. That'll mess the game up for sure.
And the Pistons making a change here. Shoots from the right block. Slams it home for the putback. Here's Arenas. Pass to Wall. Back to Arenas. And here's Jamison. Outside Jamison. Just 5 on the clock. Thomas is on it. And Washington again with the bucket. with 1 on the clock. And we've reached halftime in this one. It's the win. Second half beginning in just a moment. An exceptional performance from Caron Butler. Here's Thomas. Always going up for the alley-oop here. The Wizards with the lead. There's a screen. Here's Wall. And Washington again with the bucket.
That was an outstanding pick that gave him the room to bury the jump shot. Underrated, but not undervalued.
They double him with Wall. Here's Thomas. Six on the shot clock. And there's another one for the Pistons. Second half just getting started. About a minute played. Wall with it. Now Wall. A jump hook. That one a little long.
I'll tell you what, for what's really an elementary shot, he looked a little nervous on that release.
Right side Thomas. He took good advantage of that screen. 15 points in the game.
Up and in on every one of their first 3 shots to start the second half.
Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Outside Arenas. Hayes. Pass to Arenas. 5 on the clock. Shot is off. Now here's Dumars. Now Thomas shoots the 3. And Isaiah Thomas with the 3.
That would be 4 in a row for him now as they have come racing out of the gate to start this second half.
Here's Wall. Unsell. Nice work on the boards, paying off with the basket. 8 points for him. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. 18 points for him. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now, here's Dumars. Hayes. Pass to Wall. Arenas with it. Outside Arenas. It's hauled in by Thomas. Right side Hill. Now here's Wallace. That's good. Third quarter of basketball here and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. And here's Wall. He's got 16. Dumars with it. Pass to Wallace. Here's Thomas. It's good. This game is all even. 20 points for him.
Impeccable mechanics this quarter. He's been perfect from the field.
Now here's Arenas. Now Wall. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Out of bounds, Detroit takes possession.
That is not a difficult pass. You'd think they could keep it in bounds.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. And look at John Wall. Pass to Dumars. For the lead, again the Pistons score. Washington trailing. Here's Arenas. Outside Butler. Back to Arenas. Now Hayes. Lock at 6. Baseline jumper. Jump shot is good.
That's a good shot for him there, but it's kind of puzzling to me that he's not calling for the ball today like he usually does. He has to do more if they're going to pull ahead.
Now, here's Thomas. Now, here's Dumars. Outside Thomas. From the baseline. The shot is off. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. Outside Arenas. Back to Butler. Now here's Hayes. Past the wall. And there's the rejection. Here's Arenas. And the Wizards getting another bucket right there. Detroit with the ball. A 2-point game. Here's Wallace. Outside Thomas. And here's Dumars. Shot clock at 6. Lanier. Soft touch off the glass. He's got 10.
That's what they're hanging their hat on today, fellas. Hard-nosed, smash-mouth play down on the low block.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. And the Pistons, an entirely new group now out there. Oh, trying for it. Stolen by Dumars. Here's Stackhouse. Pass to Wallace. Billups. Outside Billups. And here's Griffin. 6 to shoot. Fades back. Right side Griffin.
Unnecessary to go to the fadeaway there. It wasn't needed. Could have just kept it simple and taken the easy shot.
The Pistons making a change here. Here's Washington now. Monroe with it. He has 6. Here's King. 6 on the shot clock. Buried from 15 feet out.
Whatever their plan was defensively that time, it didn't work. Not if it results in that shot.
Pass to Griffin. Here's Stackhouse. Here's Stackhouse. Right side Griffin. And the Pistons getting another bucket right there. And Washington has possession. Here's King. Pass to Beal. King. Chenier to the middle. Tipped away. Just 5 to shoot. Outside Billups. For the lead. Again, the Pistons score. Now Monroe. Back to Weber. Here's King. Pass to Beal. Here's Stackhouse. Billups, no good. Here comes Monroe. 6 points for him. Here's King. Here's King. 4 on the shot clock. Griffin grabs the board. The Pistons leading. Now here's Billups. 12 points for him. And here's Dumars. Nice shot from the wing. He has 6. Monroe with it. Here's King. Pass to Monroe. Chenier. Now here's Beal. Now Monroe. Shot to end this cold run. Griffin. Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Back to Rodman. Dumar's with it. And he lobs it up toward the rim. Griffin down low. Washington with the ball. They trail by 6. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, I mean, a cold stretch offensively. They desperately need a basket.
Chenier. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. This is his first trip to the line tonight. And the first one at the line is good. And the Pistons making a change here. He hits both from the stripe. Here are the Pistons with the ball. They lead by 4. Outside, Phillips. Lanier laid in with a nice touch off the glass. 12 points for him.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Now, here is Monroe. Pass to Beal. Back to Monroe. Shot clock at 6. Lets it go. The shot no good. Here's Phillips. 12 points for him. Bing. Here's Stackhouse. Bing. Misses the chippy right there. Pass to Monroe. They set the screen. Here's Beal. A three-pointer is right on target. He's got 6.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that.
That's tipped. Beal with the steal. Goes up. The coast-to-coast dunk. One second left, and he hits the jump shot. And we just finished the third quarter, and we got a tight ball game here. The Pistons. Thanks for joining us again as we get set for the fourth quarter. A terrific game so far. Washington with the ball. Pass to Monroe. Clock at 6. Chenier. Right through the cylinder that time. All net. Puts it up from 17. Rebound by Jamison.
They've clearly been the better team on the glass, but it hasn't necessarily translated to the scoreboard yet.
Now, here is Monroe. Shot clock at 6. Knocks it loose. And stolen by Hamilton. Just over a minute played here in the fourth. Pass to Jamison. There's the screen. 5 to shoot. Chenier. And the go-ahead bucket, no good.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Back to the Busher. All sorts of time. Tries again. And that's 2 points on the layup.
They have got to put a body on him, because otherwise, with his agility and athleticism, they're not going to be able to contain him on the offensive glass.
Now Hayes. And here is Monroe. To tie it up. That's good. And that'll tie this game up.
A wide open 3. They need much better communication defensively.
Here's Stackhouse. Backing down is DeBusschere. Rebound by the Wizards. Hughes. Pass to Jamison. Now Monroe. They set the pick. To take the lead. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here.
And what he can do with the ball in his hands borders on miraculously ridiculous sometimes. He's broken a few ankles in his day, that's for sure.
Here's Thomas. Pass to Hamilton. Back to Thomas. It's rebounded by Hayes.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter. Now, here is Monroe. Outside for Arenas. Back to Monroe. A step-back shot here. Misses off the left iron. The Pistons trailing. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
They got to find something, you're right.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
Now, here is Monroe. And stolen by Hamilton. Thomas inside. Lanier. Wallace down low. Count the bucket.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Arenas with it. Here's Monroe. Now Hayes. With the lead pass. Goes back up. And Monroe puts it in. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. Pass to Hamilton. Wallace with the ball. Wallace right side. Thomas. 6 on the shot clock. Right side Thomas. And it's rejected. Now Monroe. Again the Wizards score.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Here's Hamilton. Pass to Wallace. Outside Thomas. Lanier loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
Man, how about the dexterity for this big guy? I mean, he is really smooth around the basket.
They set the pick. Now, here is Monroe. Now Hayes. Back to Arenas. And Thomas pulls it down. And the Pistons with possession. Outside Thomas. Hit his leg. And the official saying it was kicked. And the Pistons making a change here. And Detroit has possession. It's a one-point game. 6 to shoot. And they force the shot clock violation. Great team.
You know, sometimes the intensity of the game can lead to brain-neutral plays like that, guys.
Here's Arenas. Outside, Wall. Back to Arenas. Outside, Wall. Butler. Pass to Arenas. Perfect on the shot. Swishes it through. Now, here's Thomas. Uses the glass to finish the layup. He's got 22.
Boy, I tell you what, he's having one of those days where if he takes it, he makes it.
And here's Arenas. They double him with Wallace. Here's Hayes. Outside Arenas. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The layup missed. Here's Dumars, and the layup's good off the glass. Washington trailing. All with it. Pass to Butler. He's against Hill. The jump hook. Shot's good from Butler. Here comes Isaiah Thomas. And here's Dumars. Throws down the alley-oop slam. Washington with the ball. They trail by 1. Now Arenas. Right side Arenas. Unset. The shot is off. Here's Dumars. Outside Thomas. Grant Hill on the wing. Back to Thomas. Shot clock at 6. It's blocked.
Well, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
That's good. Here's Arenas. Washington calls timeout.
Coach Scott Brooks had some words for his team.
Now here's Hayes. Left side Arenas. Knocked away. Here's the break. Oh, took the... First free throw is good. Both good from the line that time.
He's really the guy you want on the stripe in that situation. I mean, there's no doubt about it. He's clutch.
All with it. Pass to Arenas. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Thomas. Butler with the steal. One-on-one fast break. All with it. A stupendous finish in traffic.
You can see that they're not as aggressive from the three-point arc. They had far more attempts in the first half.
Outside Thomas. Makes it off the glass. 24 points for him.
Defensively, I think they've got to do a better job of bodying them up.
And here's Hayes. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
The Pistons leading. Here's the lob to the hoop. Hill inside. Now here's Arenas. Pass to Wall. Now Hayes. Now here's Arenas. Left side Arenas. 6 on the shot clock. A floater. Oh, that's blocked. Out of bounds. Detroit takes possession. Detroit with the ball. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Gilbert Arenas. That's his first foul. Outside Hill. Tries to save it. And it's out of bounds to the Pistons as Detroit retains possession. Stripped it away. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. outside, Wall. Connects! And now they trail by just 4. So it's Detroit now. It's stolen by Wall. Fast break, here they come. Gives him the lead pass. They get the rebound. That one rolling around and runs out. And that's an intentional foul. Good on the first, and that. And so both free throws are good. And
good work at the line to stretch that lead out a little bit.
Washington calls timeout. Back to Butler. A 3-ball. It falls! What a beautiful shot to bring him to within 3. And they stop the clock as soon as they can with the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
Time called here. The Wizards decide to talk it over. Guys, what's your take? From past the arc. Rebound by Wallace. And he commits the intentional foul. And he cannot get the first one to drop. Tough one to miss. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. And here's Hayes. Here's Butler. And so the Pistons